Good morning. My name is Khushbu Chand. My student ID number is S11229950. The program I am enrolled in is Bachelor of Arts Graduate Certificate in Education. My double majors are Literature, Language and Hindi Studies. Good morning class. My name is Khushbu Chand. You can call me by my surname is Chand. And the lesson we will be discussing today is based on short story and the theme is love. So yesterday we discussed the title, its significance, the themes, and synopsis. What is signi? Right, exactly. So it describes the setting of the story, right? The significance of the title, it's mentioned there, you can see. The name itself has a deeper meaning than one might think. So as you all know, every short story has its title and we can see what the title means. When you heard the name Harry, you must be thinking, what is Harry? It's a name, it's a place, what is it, right? So, and the author who is a very famous writer, Rosemary Timperley. The setting and background, I have discussed it yesterday, but let's go through it once more. So, the story is set in London. It's a physical setting. It takes place at Mr. and Mrs. Jane's resident, Director Webster Surgery, Wrathan Adoption Society at Christine's school. Who is Christine over here? She is our main character. And at Old Building where Christine's real parents were living. It is important to know Christine's background. So we must know our character's background. What is it? Where she came from? What does she do? What does her parents do? Right? It's very important to know about that. Because when in exam, there will be questions based on that. Setting, background, characters, characteristics, themes. So moving on. It is important to know Christine's background as all the beginning of the present are linked to the past and especially the incident in which her father tried to kill all her family members. But Harry manages to escape with Christine. In doing so, Harry gets killed but haunts the place like a garden of white roses looking for Christine. So here what we find out that Harry is a ghost. We have an imaginary friend. Some of us do have friends who are imaginary. We don't have real friends. So what we found over here is Harry is an imaginary ghost, right? Moving on. The story is unlike other ghost stories because it does not take place in the dead of the night, or rather it takes place in bright sunlight, and this makes it more frightening. Because what do? When we hear ghost stories, we tend to get frightened. We get afraid. What for? Because it's dark night, right? But over here, Harry is a ghost who is present in a daylight, right? Then this a little girl makes an imaginary friend Harry on a hot, beautiful summer day in the garden. As she returns to pick up Christine from school, the teacher informs her that her brother Harry has directly taken her home. So here, as we see, Christine's parents are looking for her. Where did she go? The teacher informed the parents that she is missing. She already went with her brother. But who's the brother? Nobody knows about that. Right? Let's see what's more. Recap me yesterday's short summary of what did we discuss in class. Right, exactly. That's a very excellent answer. It's just a short summary of what the story is about. That's what all you have to write in your exam. The main thing is your themes, your literary devices, and your setting. Let's see the structure of the story. The beginning takes us immediately into the images that created fear in Mrs. James. Mrs. James is Christine's mother, right? Timperley then develops the story by introducing Christine and why these images and name Harry was creating fears in Mrs. James. The turning point in the story comes in the mirror when Mrs. James learns the truth about the mysterious figure Harry. Why? Why is this happening? Because she's scared for her daughter. Right, exactly, Rinesh. That's the right answer. Letters and words. this is just basics, but you have to know about this. Few characters are used to give a full picture of the story. Limited words are also a common feature of ghost stories. How many of you read ghost stories over here? I also love reading ghost stories. It's quite interesting to know about it, and it relates us with what we do in our daily life. Sometimes we feel that we have someone behind us. How many of you felt that? Right, we did, right? But there's nothing. It's just our psychological thinking that, oh, there is someone in the house when you're alone at home, right? Then we have symbolism and imagery. Many students use this in exam. It's a very easy topic. It's a very easy topic to write. Imagery. It's used to make Harry's presence felt in the story. Rosemary has connected the ghost story to a sense of images like sunshine that has been mentioned in the short story, sharp shadows on the grass, and the bushes of white roses. Make sure that you all mention this in your essay when you write literature essay. These are the quotes that you have to write, right? Images, sunshine, sharp shadows on the grass, and bushes of white roses. This will get you more marks, I'm telling you. In Harry, the images of sunshine and rose bushes conjure up the feeling of fear and uncertainty in Mrs. James and presence of Harry for the readers. What do we know over here? Of the main character, Christine, she is a very curious person. That's why she made a friend like that, right? We will be discussing on themes and ideas. So, as you all know that I have summarized the whole short story. I have also mentioned the symbolism and imaginary. Next up we'll be moving on the themes, love, care and affection. We can relate this to ourselves mostly because we feel loved at home with our parents. Care, we do it for our friends. And affection is when we love someone deeply. So there is two kind of love. It's conditional and unconditional love. Conditional love is when we love someone with limitations. There are limitations. Right. So for conditional love, we all know the limitations in relationships, family time, right? There are limits. While unconditional love has many senses, such as it has possessiveness. When you love someone unconditionally, you won't go and tell that person that, oh, I love you, I like you, let's have a friendship. No, you won't do that, right? Because you won't have the courage to go and talk to that person. Next is an example of unconditional love we can see over here is between Mrs. James and Christine. Why? Because we know from the beginning that Christine is adopted, and Mrs. James did not let her know that she is an adopted child. That shows a sense of unconditional love, right? So we'll be summing up over here. Let me just recap how many characters are there? 4, right? We have Mrs. James, we have Christine, we have Harry, and Mr. James is also there, but it's not mentioned, right? One last thing I would like to say is, since we have discussed all the notes, the settings, the themes, the codes we have discussed, is anything else left? No, we have recapped everything, right? So I'm giving you out worksheets to do it, and we'll be discussing this in another class, right? Thank you. You can go through these worksheets, and does anyone have any questions regarding the short story? And if you are confused, you can come to my cabin. Thank you. Okay students, before I leave, I have an important announcement to make. So for every English class, we'll be having group walks. I'll be putting you into groups so that you can help other students in focusing on the short story. And one more thing I'll do is I'll bring in a video for you to watch, for you to understand on what the actual story is about, right? Like we did it in year 12, we did on Kabuliwala. we watched the videos and we did the notes, right?